Yo, what's up, guys? You got PokeaimMD here with my round 3 first battle of the Smogon Superstars tournament. This time we are playing Black and White 2 OU, and I hate 5th Gen OU. This is my least favorite tier of all time. I love 5th Gen Ubers, love 5th Gen UU, not a fan of 5th Gen RU, love 5th Gen NU, but 5th Gen OU is my all-time least favorite tier. I think I just got sick of it during the actual meta. Maybe it was the Weather Wars where it was just rain and sun and sand. Sun being so annoying on team prep in general, just because you're forced to run like a Heat Ran or a Dragonite or something on your team. And maybe Shed Shell, T-Tar. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of Black and White 2. They did change, however. Chlorophyll plus Sun is banned. Chlorophyll plus Drought is banned. I believe Mold Breaker Extra Drill is now allowed. And I haven't really played this meta at all since they changed it. If you guys didn't know, Sand, Sun, Rain, and Hail, they last the entire battle. They last the entire battle in this gen. Same thing as in the previous gen, Gen 4. But I'm not a fan of this anyway. I'm playing a good friend of mine, Steve Angello, and I'm using a team that I believe Hugo passed me maybe like 2 years ago. I'm using the Sash Dragon Spam team. He has a few threats, definitely Breloom. If I was Outrage Chomp, maybe Breloom would be less of a threat. Scizor is a huge threat to this team, and the bulky Scizor can beat basically the majority of my team. I think my game plan is trying to set up with Landers at some point, maybe versus his Scizor if it's possible. Maybe knock out Breloom. I might have to make some plays to get there, but I'm leading off with my Jirachi because if it leads off with Breloom, I can go for Iron Head if it is the Focus Sash Technician Loom. Sorry about that. And I think it's my best bet because it is Choice Scarf, so I can U-turn it out of there versus anything. So unfortunately, we get the worst lead possible, which is his Heat Ran. However, it is on a balloon, so I can just U-turn it out of there. I probably should have U-turned out directly into my Starmie. However, it is a Life Orb spinner. I wanted to go out to Garchomp before he got up rocks, but he does go for Magma Storm, which leads me to believe that he is the Magma Storm HP Ice variant. Like I said, hindsight, probably should have went out to Starmie right here, just because my Garchomp Sash is now broken. If you guys didn't know, my Garchomp and my Haxorus both have Sashes. But I'm just going to go for Earthquake right here because I'm kind of fearing him to predict me to go for Stealth Rock and then go for the HP Ice because I'm pretty sure he has it. Ends up bringing out his Breloom. However, this is the point where if I had Outrage, I could have possibly taken him out. He's definitely physically defensive though, just looking at that Earthquake damage. But I probably could have taken him out with the Outrage. I don't feel like doing the math in my head, nor do I feel like calculating. So I'm going to get up my rocks. I'm kind of expecting him to double into Scizor, predicting the Outrage, but he goes right for Stun Spore, something that catches me off guard. Not that it matters too much. I actually commented that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I do have Dragon Claw, so like I said, I can't really do too much damage to him. Just gonna hit him with Dragon Claw right now. I actually go for Earthquake in the following turn just in case he wants to pivot out into Scizor or Heat Ran, predicting the Dragon Claw not to take any unnecessary damage, as he's able to 2-hit KO me with the Seed Bomb. Now what I can do is go out into my Life Orb offensive Starmie. I do have the Analytic, so gonna fire off the Ice Beam, and Analytic, what I meant by that is that if he switches out, it will be doing the extra boost anyway. So I went for Ice Beam, and in this following turn, I actually go for Ice Beam again because I wasn't aware if it was SD, Bulky Scizor, or Bandit or something like that. I wanted to catch the Lottie so I could 2-hit KO it because I actually went for Hydro Pump. It's actually a roll to 2-hit KO Lottie with Hydro Pump plus Ice Beam, even if it's Analytic Hydro Pump. So Scizor ends up coming out. I don't think Hydro Pump will knock it out just based on the Ice Beam damage. So I'm going to pivot out into my Landers. Unfortunately, I am Dual Dance, which isn't bad necessarily. Because it does have a chance to sweep him, but he has so many threats on his team: Bulky Starmie, Bulky Loom, Bulky Scizor, all of which can force me out right here. Like right now I'm forced to switch out. I don't care if he goes for Rapid Spin. I'm gonna go out to my Starmie on the off chance that he goes for Scald. I can maybe win a speed tie and knock him out with the Life Orb Thunderbolt, as at this point, I'm actually going to go right for the Thunderbolt. I don't want to mess around with his Starmie. I'm just trying to get rid of the Pokemon. Maybe I should have made a play right here and went for Ice Beam or something. Right here, I actually decided to make a play and going for Hydro Pump because I do have a full HP Jirachi, so I kind of expected him to pivot out into his Heat Ran to get up rocks, or even Scizor right there to take advantage of Rachi. So I went for the Hydro Pump as he ended up staying in and just dropping a Draco, and that's clean. able to knock out my Starmie right here. So it's not looking too good for me. It's 6-4. I'm able to get a kill right here, though, by going into my Jirachi, going right for the U-turn. I am Choice Scarf, so of course I will be able to outspeed him. Knocking him out. Going to go right out into my Kingdra. I went out to Kingdra because anything else that I went out into can be put to sleep by Loom. And this forces out like half his team, bar Yanmega. Unfortunately, Yanmega is another Pokemon that I cannot switch easily into because my best Pokemon to go into it is either Landorus, and if he's Life Orb, Bug Buzz plus Air Slash has a chance to knock me out, and everything else is 2 KO by Bug Buzz. So I have to stay in right here as he goes right for the Bug Buzz. I think he specs, as that does a hell of a lot, as I am able to land the Hydro Pump, and unfortunately because I am Life Orb, I'm going to go down as well. And I'm going to go right on to my Focus Sash Haxorus because it does outspeed his Heatran, and I actually have a pretty decent chance to knock him out with Low Kick right here because I am Adamant. Unfortunately, I barely miss out on the KO as he is able to break my Focus Sash, and I think that was my last chance because had I knocked him out, I basically had a Sash versus the majority of his team, and nothing else on his team has super effective moves versus me. Pretty sure his Starmie does not have Ice Beam. It is defensive, so it probably has Psy Shock, Rapid Spin, Recover, Scald, which is still an annoying move back then, and basically I would have been free to SD up, though SD Scissor could have also been a problem. So I'm going to go right for the Low Kick one more time. I don't want to lock myself into Outrage, even though he does bring out his Starmie, and at this point I'm like, okay, it's either Ice Beam or Scald he's packing right here. I don't think he has Ice Beam, and he actually like confirms it by going for Scald right here on my Jirachi. Gets the burn, a little bit unfortunate. Had he not gotten the burn, the plan was to I could do two things right here. I can go right for the U-turn, expecting the Heatran to come out, or expecting his Recover, though I'll of course be faster, so the U-turn won't be doing much. I can trick the Starmie, hoping he goes for Recover, predicting my U-turn. That would have been, though, the play, or the better play, I think, had he not burned me, and I just decided to fire off a trick because he has so many Pokemon he can bring into this. I was hoping either Scizor or Starmie would stay in, or if Scizor would come out, because if I trick Scizor, it obviously cannot set up SDs. Unfortunately, worst case scenario for me, he actually ends up bringing out his Heatran as I end up going for the trick. And now I have a Scarftrand on the loose with HP Ice. However, at this point, I kind of expect him to either go for HP Ice right here or miss Magnum Storm. That's like my only two plays. So I go right for Healing Wish from my Jirachi as I'm able to bring back out my Haxorus. My Focus Sash still intact. However, SD Scizor is still a problem, especially because it's SD bulky. So I'm going to go right for SD right here as he's going to SD up alongside me. And my play right now is to go for the Outrage and crit him. As unfortunately that is not what's going to happen. However, he's going to make a pretty good play right here, and he's actually going to sack his Scizor. I say that's a good play because now he can bring out his Choice Scarf Heatran, and there's no chance of me setting up with the Dual Dance Landorus, and he can just revenge kill me with the HP Ice, and my Landorus can't boost alongside Heatran locked into HP Ice, so he's going to be able to outspeed me and knock me out. So that's going to be a good game. So definitely a good game to Tim. He played this really well. I feel like I still need to get a hang of Black and White. It's been Black and White, like I said, guys, no excuses, by the way. He definitely outplayed me the entire game. He outplayed me the entire game, so claps to him. Good job, Steve. I need a better feel for Black and White. I need better teams as well. But so I'll probably build. Just to give you guys, or put anything into perspective right here, I think in order to make it to playoffs of Smogon Superstars, I need to go 4-1, at least 4-1 in this round, which is the final round. So I just dropped one game. Now I have to play Dice, Henry, Shake It Up, and or I don't know why I said Shake It Up. Shake, he's a good friend of mine, and some other person which I completely forgot, and I apologize. It's no disrespect to you. So I have to win in a tier I hate and a tier I'm worst at. Where I'm actually worse than probably everybody on that list. We're gonna do our best though. I'll probably hit up Blunder, see if he can give me some teams. Blunder has some nice. Blunder loves Black and White. He's actually pretty good at it too, surprisingly enough, because he's Blunder. But in any case, hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free, of course, to leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want for more Pokemon. I'll probably get another upload up today, maybe a Wi-Fi battle or something. But yeah, that's it, guys. Later.